Hey guys, welcome back to a new SNES vid. Right, okay, so I just thought I'd come in here today because I did say in the last video, I got a couple of games coming in and they've arrived today. I've got one game that I've had for a while, which I want to show you first. And I've got two packages which have arrived. I haven't opened them. One of them, I've unsealed it just to make sure it was what I thought it was, and it is. I couldn't actually see the condition or anything. It's bubble wrapped to hell, so we will unbox that live and have a look at that. And the third one arrived not long ago, so that's not even been touched yet. I've just took the address off the front, obviously, because I don't want to show that. But yeah, it's going well. SNES collection is growing nicely, as you've seen. You've got to have your cup of tea, of course. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the system. I'm kind of focusing more on the SNES at the moment. Obviously, the other systems are taking a back seat, and the main reason for that is because, as you know, PAL collecting, Super Nintendo at least, is a bit all over the shop. And at the moment, it's getting more and more difficult to find those hard to find games because it looks like people are actually holding on to them now. So it is getting a little more difficult to get games. I mean, a game like F-Zero, for example, is a game I'd love to have, and in my opinion should be dirt cheap, but he's not. The prices vary wildly on that one. I've seen a guy asking 200 quid for it the other day, which was ridiculous because no way is anyone paying that for it. So you're going to have to pay a fair amount of money for it, and it's annoying. But, you've got to do what you got to do. It's a frustrating thing, this, because I always think, well, I don't know if I'm willing to pay the big bucks because it's so much for some of these games. I mean, Turtles in Time is around about 300 quid at the moment, 250, 300, depending on the condition and if you get lucky with a deal. That's a shitload of money for one game. But then you can also counterbalance that with, well, it's one of my favourite games on the system, one that I've played to death and will continue to play to death when I own it, so I will get maximum amount out of it, and so it is worth the money. It just seems like, when you look at £300 for one game, it's like, Jesus Christ. But then I look at Alex Nintendo Arcade in the past when he's put the big money down. He's put more than that down on games, and he justifies it by, well, I want it and I can afford it, so why not buy it? And he's absolutely right. But it is a tough one. I find that I become more critical the higher the price. If a game's like 30, 40 quid, I'm not so bad with condition. I'm like, okay, I'll let a little rip slide, or on the manual maybe, not on the box. Or I'll let some edge wear go and all this, and it doesn't really bother me. But when you're talking anything over 100 quid, really, I start getting a little bit antsy, and I'm like, I don't know if I can really do it because it's such a lot of cash. I mean, Castlevania 4 is the worst at the moment because the prices are just... It's so random and it's so hard to figure out what that game's actually worth in good nick. I saw one sell way back before I even started collecting. I was looking, and one sold in pretty much what I would say near mint condition. It's at least a 9 easily, and that sold on auction for 150. The following day there was also one that was running along concurrently with it, and that one was in mint condition. And to be fair, there wasn't a lot of difference in condition between the two of them. It's just the other one, I think, had like the baggie for the cartridge and stuff, and it was pretty much new condition. And that went for about 225, I think it was, which is just way too much in my eye for that game. Much as I love Castlevania 4, it's one of the best games ever made on any system, and I played it to hell, and I will get the absolute most out of it. So to me, it's worth the money. I'm not willing to go that high. I don't think it's worth it. So I'm trying to get a better deal. I'm trying to get it between 100 150 if I can. But we'll wait and see. I mean, there's a few that are on at the moment. None of them are really in the condition I want. There's one that's just been listed, which is starting bid of 100 quid. Yeah, that's easily gonna touch 200, I reckon, because it's immaculate. I mean, it looks new, which is frustrating. He's got a couple of games he's got Zelda, but starting bid 75 quid. So I think I'm gonna just not bother, because I still don't know if I can put the money down on that game, because I don't even know if I want it actually. I want to play it, but I think it's more of an emulation thing, because I'd like to play it on real hardware, but if it's going to cost me like 150 quid, it's a lot of money to put on a game that I'm not really good at and don't understand how to play and may never play. I might play it once and then think, I can't get into it. And yeah, well, it's a collectible, but it's not a playable, and that's more important to me. Playable is way more important than collectible at this point. So I don't know. But he's also got Super R-Type, which I definitely want. That's in pristine condition. So if I get lucky, I might get that, because he's got that at a fair, cheap starting bid. So we'll see. Anyway, that's a little introduction. So yeah, the SNES games are coming rapid at the moment. I'm doing my best to keep on top of it. I'm trying to focus on it just so I can get the games I want, because otherwise, the longer I leave it, the higher the prices are going, as we all know. I ain't going to get the games I want, and it's difficult. And things like Turtles, you really need to save the money up and just buy it if you want it, because Otherwise, it's just going to get silly. I mean, it's silly already. It's going to get even sillier as time goes by. And the other games are the same. So anything over 100 quid, you really need to try and grab them when you can at the best price for the best deal, because otherwise it will come a day where you just won't be able to justify paying the price for it. So, and that'd be a shame if it's a game that you really want, you know. And really, Castlevania 4 and Turtles are the two that I really want the most at the moment, high-priced items. The only other one is Super Alesti, but that isn't mega high. That's still okay. Unfortunately, no decent copies are getting listed. All the crap ones are getting listed. And annoyingly, before I started collecting, someone listed a mint one, and I mean pristine as anything, 120 quid by now, and I thought, that's a fair price, and it sold straight away, obviously. And now no decent ones are coming up, all got knackered boxes. But anyway, guys, so first game up, one I've had for a while. I'll be honest with you, it's not in good condition. The auction, when I saw it, it looked decent on the picture. It arrived, it was not in the condition that it was listed as. Unfortunately, the seller decided to list it under the very good category and also write in the description pristine. It is neither of those. I was not happy when it arrived. The condition of the box was crap. The cartridge itself was knacked. The back of it, the back label was ripped off. It was like ripped in half and it was yellow and it was terrible. And I was like, this is not what I paid for. So normally I would email the seller and say, look, it's not what I want. Can we do sort out a refund and I'll send it back to you, or do a partial refund, do whatever the situation may be. But I know in past times it's not worth the aggro, because you email them and a lot of sellers just ignore you, and you end up having to go through eBay to do the refund anyway. You have to raise a claim, which is annoying because I don't like doing it, because I know what it does to people's PayPal accounts. It buggers everything up for them. But you know, be honest in your auction and get it right. So anyway, I raised the claim straight away, just for not having any aggravation. Bloke come back to me. It turns out he's actually a really sound bloke, and he sorted it out for me. Actually, we had a conversation, sorted it all out, and he realised he put the wrong cartridge in the box, which at first made me go but no, he genuinely had. He got 2 copies of it. The one he put in the box was the one he had given to him by a friend when he was younger, and it was his playable cartridge. His actual mint one was he'd left it at home by mistake. He put it away. So he said, like, you know, I know the box and that's not what you want, but how about if I just swap the cart out, would you be cool? And I was like, yeah, no worries. Because I figured that at the end of the day, boxes and manuals do come up for this, so I can replace them if I want to. So it's not completely mullered, it's just rough around the edges. So it's probably about 5.5, 6 maybe, I would say. But, you know, I'm happy with it at the moment. I'll do me until the time comes when I can get a decent box and manual. You know, it's got to be the longest intro ever before I show you a game. Anyway, first up is the game I got, and it is. And you're probably going to think I'm being really over the top, actually, but it's just not what I wanted for what I paid a decent amount for this. It wasn't mega expensive. Anyway, it is a classic and all, and that's another reason why I wanted it in good nick. And it's Super Mario Kart. Now, as you can probably see, the front is alright. That, I think, is sun faded there. It looks like it is on the screenshot. That part, there's some usual edge wear, which I would normally let go. I mean, really, it's like there. It's rough as arseholes there. It's rough as hell there. I mean, it's really bad. You know, I mean, obviously you've got to be realistic about the age of these. I understand that, but when it's listed as very good and it says in the description pristine, that ain't pristine. That ain't very good. Not in my eyes. And I'm not an anal collector. Christ, there's people out there who are super anal. You know, and I don't even understand those people. But anyway, it is great. I've been playing it and it plays a treat. I wasn't sure about the PAL version. It would be too slow, but no, it plays absolutely fine. I've had no problems with it. Precautions, as I say, manual is not in good nick at all. It's rough, so yes, that will be getting replaced. I mean, I can live with it. It doesn't, you know, it's not like I'm going, oh shit, I really need to change that manual, because I'm not. There you go. But it would be nicer to have a better condition one. It's only because it's Mario Kart and it's one of my absolute favourite games on the system, and you know, it's a classic, so I want it in the best shape I can get it. And there's loads of copies of Mario Kart. It's always getting listed, and there's empty boxes and manuals, so I will get a decent one. Just biding my time. But the cartridge, as I say, he swapped it for a better one, the one that is supposed to be in there, and it's absolutely nice as anything. Pristine label, lovely grey cartridge. So the other one, that was all torn, it was all yellow over the back, it was vile. So yeah, I'm very happy to have that anyway. Yeah, not much you can say about Mario Kart, it's just a brilliant racer. And it is, and I've had people say to me, how can you say that in the past, but to me it is the best Mario Kart ever made. None of the other games on any of the other systems have come close to this one. There's been some good versions of Mario Kart on other systems, but no, Super Mario Kart for me is the best one. Just because it's the way it plays, the music, the levels, design, the battle mode, But really, the playability is the thing that really puts this above the other Mario Karts for me, because I feel that over the years they've gotten too easy, and they've taken away the playability. Because with this one, you can't rest on your laurels. If you're in first place, you have to really play well and you have to drive well, because if you don't, they're going to overtake you. Whereas in like Mario Kart 8, when I played that on the Wii U, it was crap. You could be in first, and you was in first for the whole race, and no one ever come close to you. It wouldn't happen on this one. If you just let off the accelerator a little bit, Luigi's going to come from behind and take you down. So, yeah, brilliant game. I love Mario Kart. So that's the first one. Right, so I do need a bit of a refreshment, I think, there. That's good. Right, so 2 games come today. I got really lucky with these last weekend. I can't believe it when I saw these. Basically, the second game I'm going to show you is the one I was actually keeping an eye on. And I bid on that a week before it ended, right at the beginning of the auction. And the reason for that, normally I don't. I normally wait till the last 10 seconds and chuck a bid in. Because otherwise you just get outbid anyway, and I think what's the point? You know, I hate auctions anyway. I can't stand sitting around waiting for a bloody week. I'd rather someone just put a buy now, tell me what they want for it, and I can make my own mind up. And if they've got a best offer, that's even better. But anyway, the second game came up for auction. We were a couple of others. I put a bid on at the beginning because I'd seen what it was selling for, and I thought, well, that's what it's worth in that condition. I'm not bidding any more than that. That's my max bid, and if I get outbid, I get outbid. I don't care. I'll just let it go. As it happens, for some reason, no one bid on it bar me, which is so weird, because when you see what the game is and the condition of it, don't make no sense. I don't get it. So I got it for the starting price, which was 20 quid less than what the going rate is. So I was proper chuffed. And then while I was waiting for it to end at the on the last day, I was looking on my phone, just put in SNES as I do, quick search, items ending soon. And items ending soon is brought up this first game I'm going to show you now. And I thought, I don't get it. It was 30 quid and no one had bid on it. And I thought, what the hell, why has no one bid on that? It looks really nice. So I'm hoping it's as nice as it looks in the pictures, the condition. But even if it isn't, it's a bit less. The price is so low, I thought, well, yeah, can't argue with that. So I'm really chuffed. So anyway, let's have a look what it is, guys. Let's crack on. So here's the box, an Amazon Basics HDMI box, very nice. I use them myself, very nice cables. So I have unsealed it, as I say. I haven't had a look at it yet, so you'll see my reaction as to what the condition is. All right, so we've got a bit of brown paper. So very nicely bubble wrapped, as you can see. So actually, I can't even see through it. Right, so just get Stanley a minute. All right, let's crack it open. Oh, it's double bubbled. I can't show you that because you'll probably see what through it and find out what the game is. Chop, watch it, don't cut my bloody finger off as well. Right, there we go. Okay then, right, let's do it under here so you can't see it and you have a surprise. Let's have a look. Feels like it's in a box protector, I don't know if it is or not. No, it's not. Yeah, that's absolutely, yeah, spot on. That's pretty much what I was expecting, so yeah, I'm happy with that. That's really good. Right, guys, so this one is another Konami title. It's got a few bit of bowing, but I mean, I'll sort that out with the box protector. It's a really cool game. I've not ever really got far into this game. I've like, sort of dabbled with it, and I've always wanted to go back and give it a good play. And I remember rightly, Daz Cajones de Lourdes is one of his favourite games on the SNES. So what is it? It is Konami's game Cybernator. Now, it's a decent nick. I mean, 30 quid, you can't argue with that. I mean, look at that. It's got some, little bending and stuff on the edges, but there's no overall major wear, so I'm quite happy. The bending and the bowing doesn't matter, because once you stick it in a box protector, once it's been in there for a while, it pushes the game back into shape. Fantastic. So see if you can see some screens. See if you can see some screenshots. The artwork's really cool. Really nice cover. Look at that. So yeah. So it's a mech game basically, if you don't know. So I can't believe no one bid on it. I don't understand it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a bit bent out of shape, that's all. And if I could be arsed, I'd iron it, but I ain't going to do that. That would fix it immediately. That's what we got. We got precautions, usual. Nice flat manual, which is always a good thing. Very thin manual. Look at that. Nothing in it. I do like the silver box and all that. The silver box is cool. Really nicely detailed. Look at that. Loads of screenshots, loads of text. That's really cool, and that's really nice. It tells you everything about it. That's really, really good. Look at that. So I'm excited to get into this and to sit down and give it some real play and to try and get further in the game. What's the cartridge like? Shine a bit of light. The label looks good. Yeah, sound. Yeah, it's absolutely spot on actually. Look at that. Brilliant. Really happy to have this actually now. That's fantastic. So yeah, another really great addition. I'll get a baggie on that and I'll get it protected, get it all cleaned up later on. Fantastic. Oh, that's really good. That worked out well. I still can't get my head around the fact that no one bid on it. I mean, I looked at it afterwards to see the sold listings, what it sells for. And there were listings that had sold between 25 and 30 quid, which was fair enough. That's what I paid. There was some a bit more. I mean, recently there was one listed yesterday, I can't remember, it was about 50 or something. One's been listed today, we're buying out of 70, which is insanity. I mean, you ain't getting that for it. So I'm not too sure what the actual price is supposed to be, but I thought 30 seemed cheap. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. Beautiful, look at that. Great. So there you go, Cybernator, next in the collection. You know, I've realised I don't number them, do I? I did that in the American stuff. I used to number the games. But I'm not doing it with the PAL stuff, I keep forgetting. So I'm not too sure how many I've got now. So I'll have to have a count up. Alright, okay. The next one, in the last game, is, I say, this is the one that I bid on right at the beginning of the auction, put in the max bid, just sat there and waited. And for some reason, no one decided to challenge me, and I won it. And I'm absolutely chuffed as anything, because I've been trying to get this since I started collecting, really. And I've had a real game trying to get a decent copy. And as I say, I saved 20 quid on it as well, which is even better. So I'm very happy to have this one. This is an absolutely brilliant game. And it is from my favourite genre of the 16-bit era and all the scrolling beat 'em up. So, you know, it's a good one. All I've got to do is figure out... You know, I love it when you get boxes from sellers and you don't know where it opens, because they tape every inch of it. And you're like, there's no flaps or nothing, so... I think it's there. Yeah, it feels like there's a lip there. Right, no, okay. Not too sure where this opens up. See, it looks like it opens there. How in the bloody hell have you sealed this up? I'm just going to undo it all the way around so I'll be a lot easier. I know you're all having a panic attack going, Jesus Christ, he's got a knife, watch him. But anyway. Yeah, I've got no idea how he sealed this up, how it opens. What the bloody hell? What an impossible package. What the bloody hell has he done with this? Ah, gotcha, you bugger. Right, there we go. Oh, very nicely done. Got some card, what's that? Okay, cool, thank you. Very nice. I love these things. Yeah, let's do it. It's going to deafen me. Fucking hell, that was less. Holy shit. Anyway, alright. Alright, let's crack on, let's get it open, let's see what we got. Man, he's wrapped this proper tight, look at that. Amazing. I hope I don't just spoiled that. But anyway, so it is another Konami title. I'm doing all right on the Konamis, isn't I? Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that'll do me. That's absolutely bang on. As I say, scrolling beat 'em up, favourite genre. One of the best ones on the system, and a Konami title. So, yeah, don't get better than that. It ain't Turtles in Time either. I ain't that lucky. Anyway, guys, it is the wonderful, awesome Batman Returns. So, yeah, very happy with that one. Very nice. So, yeah, proper shot. I love this game. It's absolutely brilliant. I think the furthest I've ever got on was the bit where the rooms, the house is like burning down, or whatever it is, and you're swinging through it. Love that. Original price sticker and all, which is always nice. It's fantastic. I love the screenshots because it's got my favourite one there. One of my favourite things to do in Batman Returns, where you get the two enemies and you just slam their heads together. So cool. Let's have a look. So again, we got the precautions leaflet as usual. Nice manual. Oh, this is so good. I'm so glad I got this finally. As I say, I've been trying to get this since the beginning. Another one that's got a fully detailed manual, screenshots, controller, details. It's just got everything. It's absolutely spot on. Look at that, all the different stages. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, one of the best scrolling beat 'em ups in my opinion. I absolutely love this game to bits. It's fantastic, and easily one of the best licensed games as well. You know, licensed games always get a load of shit thrown at them, but there were some really good movie tie-ins back in the day. Really nice shiny label, absolutely pristine cartridge, grey all the way around. Fantastic. Oh, so chuffed. That's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So there you go, another couple of great additions to the collection. All killer, no filler, as always. That's the idea now. Don't know. Try my best to have no shite coming in the collection. There you go. Batman Returns. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Proper chuff with that now. So there you go. So that's the next three: Mario Kart, Cybernator, Batman Returns. Doing quite well on the PAL collection. You know, I'll be honest. When I first started PAL collecting, I wasn't sure about how I was going to do. I thought, oh, I'm going to have trouble getting the games. They're going to be ridiculously expensive. It's going to be really hard to get into PAL collecting. And then I found out that everybody's getting on the bandwagon on the YouTube community. You know, say like Cajonas Doro, there's 16-bit Brit, there's Blue Tonic 78, there's Monkey Spaz 5000. There's a few people knocking around at the moment that are doing the old PAL SNES thing. So it's like there's a lot of competition, and you never know. That's why I don't like, another reason I don't like auctions as well, because you don't know who you're bidding against. And I would hate to bid against one of my mates who really wants it more than I do. If I'm happy to just wait. Like there was a YouTuber I was talking to that I won't mention who, because I don't think they've mentioned they're doing PAL stuff yet. And we were talking on WhatsApp, and it just came up in conversation that he was looking at a particular game, and I was like, oh, I'm looking at that as well. So I said to him, like, well, if you want me to back off, you can have it, because I've already bought something today, which was when I bought Pop and Twinbee, and I was like, I'm happy to just let it go, mate. We got some photos off the seller, and it turned out it wasn't that good nick after all. The condition was not there, so we both went, no, I ain't paying that, and walked away. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your comments down below as always, and I will be back as soon as I've got something to talk about or something to show you. So I'll see you in the next video.